Okay, this video I'm going to teach you how to do 5.2.1, and we did this for 2 days in class, Friday and yesterday. This is if the equation isn't already given to you in this format, y equals mx plus b, I'm showing you how to change it into this format. So you can see here's one equation that is already set, and I can see that it starts with 18 and it grows by 28. But the second one is not already in y equals mx plus b format. So how we do it is start by writing it down, and you can do it right here in your book to practice. And we did this in class. They did them in their books, and then yesterday we did them on little individual whiteboards, so everyone worked by themselves, and students were doing pretty good with this topic by the end. So I want to get y all alone because I'm looking to have it be y equals, and right now the x's and y's are on the same side. So to do that, I use my normal steps to solving an equation to get, usually we get x all alone. In this case we're getting y all alone. So to do it, I'm going to move this 6x to the other side, because if I add 6x to both sides, that side, they go away because it makes 0. So I'm left with 2y equals 6x plus 10. Oh, by the way, if you're one of the people that likes to keep your work organized, you can draw that. And then I'm almost there. It says I want to get y equals, and this is 2y. So in order to fix that, I'm going to divide by 2, because that will make one single y. But if I do it to any term, I have to do it to all the terms. And so now the 2 over 2 equals 1. So I'm left with y equals 6 divided by 2 is 3, and 10 divided by 2 is 5. And so now I'm done. And if I wanted to write down, my m is 3, or my growth is 3, and my starting value is 5, or figure 0, or the y-intercept. So let me see, I could show you another one. For example, maybe there's one, I'm going to do one of these down here at the bottom. So let me do part C. That's 3y plus 2 equals 2y minus 5. Did I write that down? Oh, 5x. Okay, so this one I'm going to solve for y again, because I want to get it into this format. So to do that, I would subtract. I have y's on both sides, so I want to get them on the same side. So since that one's bigger, I'm going to move this one. And you can line up your equal sign if you want. So those ones cancel, and I'm left with a single y. If it's one y, we usually don't write the 1, but you can if you want. And then we still have this 2. These are gone, and we still have negative 5x. And so I'm trying to get y all alone. So to do that, I have to get rid of this 2 by subtracting 2. Whatever I do to one side, I have to do to the other side. So those cancel, and I'm left with y equals negative 5x minus 2. Notice I cannot combine those because one's an x and one's a 2. So this one has a variable and this one doesn't. And then in this case, my m would be negative 5 and my b would be negative 2. Now then, the second day of this lesson, we did some a little bit harder, where I told them to solve a problem like this, but solve it for x instead of y. So this one is solve for y. But what if I took the same problem and I had to solve it for x? Because we can actually solve these for any variable. So let me rewrite it. So since I want to solve for x, I want to get rid of the y's. So I would take the y's off, Oh, oops, I forgot to set this up if you like to do that. You don't have, I don't usually do that, so that's why I keep forgetting. But anyway, so these make 0, and I'm left with negative 6x equals negative 2y plus 10. You can write those in any order. You can put the 10 first and the negative 2y second if you want. And then I want to solve for a single x, and this is solved for negative 6x. So since this is multiplication, negative 6 times x, I'm going to divide. Division undoes multiplication. And I'm going to do it to all terms. Oops, I was writing it in red. And then that makes 1. Not 0. Something over itself is 1, so I'm left with x. And negative divided by negative is a positive, and 2 sixths simplifies to 1/3. So 2 goes into 2 one time, and 2 goes into 6 3 times. So I leave it as a fraction. I don't write it as a decimal because that's a repeating decimal. And then this is negative because a positive divided by a negative is a negative. And then 2 goes into 10 5 times, and 2 goes into 6 3 times. So I would just leave it, and that's my answer. I do have fractions, but that's okay. I still solved for x, which is what I was supposed to do. So that's the end result. So the homework for this past Monday has practice of this in it, problem 75, 87, and 88. And let me know if you have questions.